All right, so units, right? Measurements have units. And so do most things that we talk about when we talk about numbers. So for example, if somebody asked, how far away are you? Right, and you respond with 3, 3 far away, that doesn't make any sense, right? They're going to be like, what? If you ever talk to like a toddler or something, they often talk like this where they just say numbers but there's no units and it doesn't really make any sense. Right, so there has to be some kind of unit, right? Are you 3 miles away, 3 kilometers, right? 3 feet, 3 minutes, right? There's got to be some kind of unit. All of these are units. Our measurements need units. Most of us, I assume all of us, live in the United States, and we use what are known as English units, used to be known as imperial units, but they're terrible, to be honest. So the English units suck. They are just not really any good. So for example, you can ask yourself all types of these questions. How many inches are in a mile? Right? That's not anything that most people know off the top of their head. And you'd have to convert some units, right? So you'd have to think about, well, inches in a feet, there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Every 1 foot is then equal to, or my bad, every 3 feet are equal to 1 yard. Should be feet, not foot. And then finally, there's 1760 yards in 1 mile, right? And so the reason that English units suck is because we often have to interconvert between units. We have to go from inches to miles or that kind of stuff. And with the English measurement system, all of these numbers, all these conversion units are just so random. Who picked 12 inches in 1 foot? Why are there 3 feet in a yard? Why are there 1760 yards in 1 mile? It's just so random. Obviously there's, historical context and whatnot, so they're not, actually random, but from our perspective, they seem pretty random. As opposed to the metric system, which is what most of the rest of the world uses, and what all scientists use, whether you're from the US or not, you use the metric system. It's all base 10. So for example, if we want to ask the similar questions, how many centimeters in a kilometer, we can do our conversions much easier because all of our intra-conversions are going to be based on the number 10. So for example, there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and then there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, right? So they're all base 10. It's always, 10, 100, 1,000, the 10th, right? It's all 1 and then a bunch of zeros, as opposed to the much worse US system where the numbers just are seemingly random. And so that's why overall in science and in this course, we're going to be using the metric system.